AI. So I want to move to the next section is about personal growth and professional development. So Charlie, you have been a role model for all of the engineers.
Thank you.
So you got a PhD at networking, computer science, right? Computer engineering.
Yeah.
And also you become an engineer and then leaders in engineer, and then you become a sales like executives. And during the COVID, you become the COO of Broadcom, right? So that's an amazing journey as an engineer for myself. So I think that's very inspiration. So what's the secret to switch from engineering sales, like operating officers and then executive leaders? What's your secret? Can you share some story?
One of the secrets I guess I'd like to share with you, I haven't shared it with many before, you have to choose your own
Mental, yeah.
And how many of you have mentors today? Just raise your hand. Okay. So let's call it about 15%. You saw I raised my hand. I have a mentor, and I'm very lucky and proud and honored to say my mentor is Hawk 10.
Wow.
You should never, ever have the ego to say, I have reached a certain level of engineering knowledge. I'm a fellow. I cannot learn from anybody. Or I've reached now a certain level of executive positions that I'm going to now tell people what to do and not learn from anybody else. I think that's a big mistake. I think the only day you stop learning is the day you die. And we all have to keep learning.
Keep learning.
And the best way to learn is through picking the right mentor for you at the right time. And I have to tell you, in my journey, I chose my mentors. So I'll tell you about my journey with Hawk. When I started working for him over 10 years ago, I said, you are going to help me and coach me throughout my career. He says, I don't understand what mentor means, and I'm not going to do that. I said, no, you are going to do that. First thing is I'm going to get an office to sit next to you. He says, nobody sits next to me. They're all afraid of me. I decided, and I forced myself to sit next to him. I said, I want to be in as many meetings. I want to learn from you. I did this previously with the prior mentor who was Abital Walker, the CEO of LSI, a great mentor for me. And on throughout my journey, I started realizing mentorship is important when I asked him. He was very busy because he was actually a very popular professor of engineering. And I went to him and I said, I would like you to teach me these things. And he says, but I don't have time. So the advice I have for all of you is pick a mentor. And you don't have to spend every day with that mentor. So today I don't sit next to Hawk. He's in Palo Alto. I'm in San Jose, for example. We don't sit together like we used to 3, 4, 5 years ago. He is still my mentor. And my advice to all of you, if you don't have a mentor, my advice, go get a mentor. It's extremely enlightening. Maybe one day ChatGPT will be your mentor.
Yeah.
Today, pick a human being is my advice.
Yes, I think that's a very good information. I think Casper has a mentorship program, by the way.
Yes,
so,
which I saw. That's
yeah,
wonderful.
we have a lot of industry leaders come to give talk and also do one-by-one kind of personal meetings with our Casper members. So I think, Charlie, you are booked. So,
all right, great, thank you.
So mentorship is an important aspect for professional growth, right? But I wanted to be a little bit specific because AI and semiconductor, AI technology is moving so fast. So for young engineers, how does young engineers thrive in this kind of super like changing environment of AI and semiconductor? Everything is happening so fast.
Yeah, I would say for the engineers and in general, actually, even for us, and my advice to my son is now doing his PhD in engineering.
Wow.
And yeah, and my advice to him as well is one keyword, which I call adaptability.
Adaptability, yeah.
The only constant that we have around us is change. And if you don't adapt to that change, you will not stay in this industry. This industry, especially semiconductors and AI, is moving so fast. If you don't change the company you're in, if you don't actually run as fast as possible and adapt to these changing environments that we have, you will not be successful. So for the young engineers, the change that's happening around you is probably the biggest opportunity right now for you. So I remember when I was just a graduating engineer and starting to work on this new protocol that's called Ethernet. It was a huge change. Some of you probably don't remember X25, which was a circuit switch platform that was now going to packet. I embraced it. I sat down, I said, I want to learn on what Ethernet means. I did my undergrad at 10 megabits per second. And as this changed to ATM, I did my master's on ATM. I switched from packets to cells. Then MPLS came out, and IP, and I flipped it to the service providers, i.e. hyperscalers down the road. And then the value from the hardware side is not in the systems world, is actually in the semiconductor company. So I decided to join the semiconductor company. And so for the young engineers, look around you. You are now studying engineering at the pivotal point of AI. So you have to embrace AI. You have to say, how can I use AI and adapt to AI and maybe innovate in AI to take my career, whether it's in semiconductor engineering, whether it's in hardware systems engineering, software engineering, or even mechanical, civil engineering, other fields of engineering. And my view, embrace this change, adapt with it, and if you do this the fastest, you will be the most successful person in your domain.
Right. That's very insightful. Embrace AI and embrace AI, or you will be replaced by AI.